Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're cracking open the writer's toolkit, to tackle one of the biggest challenges any of us face: how to write the perfect essay.
You know the feeling, right? You get an assignment, you open up a new document, and there it is, just a blinking cursor on a completely blank page. Gosh, it can feel like this impossible wall to climb. But what if I told you there's a simple trick to breaking right through it every single time?
See, the secret isn't about finding some magical first sentence. It's all about understanding your purpose. Before you even think about typing a single word, you've got to ask yourself, why am I writing this? Am I trying to tell a story? Am I explaining a really complex idea? Or am I trying to win an argument? That one little question, it changes everything.
All right, first up in our toolkit, telling a personal story. This is all about sharing something that happened to you and really connecting with your reader on a human level.
Think of it this way. A narrative essay? That's kind of like a short film. It's got a plot, it's got characters, and it moves through time towards some kind of lesson or big moment. But a descriptive essay, that's more like a photograph. It just freezes one single moment in time, a person, a place, and uses all those juicy sensory details to pull the reader in and make them feel something. And for both of these, the structure is beautifully simple. It's basically a classic three-act play, You start by hooking the reader, setting the scene. Then, the middle part, the body, is where you build out that world with all the details. And finally, the conclusion. That's where you step back and ask, so what did this all mean?
And this gets us to the golden rule of great descriptive writing: show, don't tell. I mean, sure, you could just say, the library was nice and quiet, fine. Or you could call it a sanctuary of quiet wisdom. You feel the difference, right? That second one, it paints a picture, it creates a mood, and that is exactly what you're trying to do.
Okay, let's switch gears a bit. Our second tool is for when your job isn't to tell a personal story, but to be an objective teacher. This is all about explaining and informing, and it's probably the most common kind of essay you're going to write in school.
The expository essay is your go-to when you just need to explain something, no bias involved. Here, your voice is the voice of a neutral expert. You're not trying to convince anybody of your personal opinion, you're just laying out the facts, the details, and the evidence so your reader can clearly understand the subject.
And the structure here is just as logical as its purpose. You start with a super clear thesis statement. That's the one sentence that tells the reader exactly what you're going to talk about. Then, each body paragraph is like a building block, tackling one supporting point at a time. And the conclusion? It just wraps everything up in a neat little bow, reminding the reader what the main idea was. It's clean, it's organized, and man, is it effective.
But here's the thing. Expository isn't just one type of essay. It's more like a Swiss Army knife. You can use it to explain how to do something in a process essay, or you can explore the why and what happens next in a cause and effect essay. You can compare things, or you can even lay out a problem and propose a solution. The core idea is always the same though, just the facts.
All right, our third and final set of tools. This is for when you need to do more than just inform. This is for when you need to argue a point, to really analyze something, and reveal a deeper meaning.
Now, this is a really crucial difference. A persuasive essay, that's a debate. Your goal is to win. You want the reader to come over to your side of an issue. But in an analytical essay, that's more like being a detective. You're not trying to win an argument. You're trying to break down a subject, like a poem or a historical event, to show the reader how it all works and what it really means on a deeper level.
So, whether you're persuading or analyzing, the keys to a powerful argument are pretty much the same. It all starts with a clear, debatable thesis. Then you back it up with solid evidence. But here's the pro move. You have to address the counter-argument. Acknowledging the other side actually makes your own position so much stronger. And remember, never just drop a quote or a fact and run. You got to analyze it, explain why it matters and how it proves your point.
Okay, so we have officially unboxed our entire toolkit. We've got tools for telling stories, tools for informing, and tools for arguing. So how do we put this all together? How do we finally turn that scary blank page into a clear blueprint for success?
Well, it all comes back to that very first question we asked: what is my purpose? If you want to share an experience, you're going to grab your narrative or descriptive tools. If your goal is to just inform objectively, the expository essay is your best friend, for sure. And if you need to argue a point or dig for some deeper meaning, well, you'll reach for a persuasive or analytical approach. It's really that simple. Your purpose tells you exactly which tool to use.
When you start with why, writing stops being this frustrating task, and it becomes a creative act. an intentional act of building something. You're not just filling a page anymore. You're constructing a story, an explanation, or a powerful argument. So the only question left is, now that you have the tools, what are you going to build?